Sup guys, I'm back today to redeem myself after I got exposed for being an idiot in my last video. I didn't realize that Naganami's buff only applied if she was in the center slot of the Vanguard, so I put her in the back, and pretty much just defeated the whole point of the Vanguard fleet that I showcased. So I'm gonna be reusing the same Vanguard today, but with the different main fleet. Here I've got the classic Nakaga that used to be very popular, but has fallen out of favor because everyone just uses the rainbow carriers nowadays. They're actually really good for this Arbiter, whether you're playing on auto or manual, because their airstrike timings avoid the 20-second shield that the boss puts up, and they can get off an extra strike before the shield that it puts up at 37 seconds. After that, I've got two more fleets that are going to be showcased on auto, both of which are Ironblood based. The first one is the Ironblood battleship fleet. Even though two of them are battle cruisers, they pretty much do the same thing, so I just call them battleships for convenience sake. And I'm using a couple of ships that came out pretty recently, but haven't really seen the spotlight, since everyone already had FDG and UVH by the time they came out. They actually have pretty good damage by SSR standards. Even though Brunhild specializes against the light armor, she can still pull her weight against medium and heavy armor. In the Vanguard, Aegir and Emden are pretty much auto-include for any Ironblood battleship fleet. But in the third slot, you have some options including Prince Heinrich and her sister, Mainz, Blucher, and Idol Rune. I'm pretty sure I just butchered all of their names. But anyways, they're all pretty solid options. But from my experience, the best are Mainz and Blucher, and I chose to go with Mainz for this fleet. The last fleet is an Ironblood carrier fleet, and the plane choices might look a little weird, but this is because I'm using them on auto. Since Peter Strasser has a slight reload buff for all Ironblood carriers, if you gear them to be a little bit faster, they can get their strikes off just before the 20-second shield, so that's what I went for, and most of the damage will be carried by the rocket fighters. By the time I got to use this fleet, the boss was already pretty low in HP, so it didn't get to show its full potential. So it's pretty likely that I'm going to reuse them in the future with a stronger loadout featuring Tenrise probably. But you can see their consistency and potential here. In the Vanguard, I brought Anchorage because I need to survive the boss, and I will probably use Prince if I had her unique augment and level 125, but I don't, so I'm pretty sure she would just get melted by this boss. And then I use Kazagumo because Ironblood doesn't have any carrier buffers, unfortunately. And in the last slot, I use Blucher just to help with the Vanguard survival. Without further ado, let's get into the fights. As you can see, the Vanguard did a lot more damage this time compared to the last video, despite losing out on some of the main fleet buffs because they got Naganami's buffs and my manual control got a bit better. Also, I found a couple more windows where the boss stops moving at the 1 minute and 11 seconds mark, as well as the 53 second mark, so if you're playing on manual, maybe that will be useful to you. Just a side note, it might look like Kasumi did as much damage as Ayanami, but it's only because she stayed alive a little longer, and I dumped an extra set of torps into the shield, which counts towards the end screen damage, but didn't actually do any damage to the boss.
絶対に巻き込めエーギルのアジトよ。今だ殺傷勝ち始め。突き抜ける。今だ聖書始め。あら見破られたわね。聖書始め。殺傷勝ち突き抜ける。今だ聖書始め。殺傷勝ち突き抜ける。あら今だ見破られたわね。聖書始め。殺傷勝ち突き抜ける。あら見破られたわね。我の射程内にのみ真理あり。命令を守れなかった自分の敗北か。情けない。
In this run, Sadelitz did a lot more damage than usual for some reason. But yeah, as you can see, even a fleet like this can take off about 40 bars.
Dewa hajimeyo. Warera no hakai yo.
アンカレッジ指揮官への愛の力だよ。
終わりだ。時は私から流れられない。
指揮官への愛の
終わり
力だよ。
だ。時は
私から逃れられない。アンカレッジ
あなたの望んだ勝利よ、ご主人様。
Like I said, the boss didn't really have enough HP to fully showcase this last fleet. But you can see that even with the gimped loadout, the first airstrike, and that's with the shield absorbing some of it, so you could kind of extrapolate how much damage it could do in a better scenario since it's very consistent with AVP. I wouldn't be surprised if this fleet could take off like 45 bars if the boss didn't have the 20-second shield and it could go for a better loadout. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope that these videos can make the Arbiter hard mode fights seem a little bit less scary, especially if you're a newish player and all you see for these Arbiter fights are just these super meta fleets. They're doable without the best stuff, but you definitely have to put a little bit of thought into it and invest in some decent ships and equipments. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.